Greetings everyone, my name is Zetterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. During the last part, I covered a very long views per minute level, so in this part, I'll be covering 5 or 6 more views per minute levels, starting out with this one. Deadly Drills by DoctorLumen, with 21 plays and a score of 8. As always, if you want one of her levels to be featured in a future part like this one, please leave both the level name and level ID either in the comment section below or direct message me on Twitter. Also, as always, the full disclaimer of this entire LP series is linked in the description below. Also in the description are the timestamps for all the levels I cover in these parts, so if you want to check if her level is covered, expand the description. So, as you can see in this stage, Base has access to the charge kick only, meaning that I cannot do dash jumps. At least have the ability to do double jumps. And just like the title suggests, this stage will be filled to brim with challenges focused on the rolling drills. So far not too bad. I only died once throughout this level, and that was my fault for being too hasty. Also, the checkpoint placement of this stage is on the generous side. I'm curious though, is there something to the left here? Nope. It just looks so oddly suspicious that there'll probably be an E or M tag hidden there. Well, rats, I missed that one key, so I will do a quick reset here because I think I'll need it. At least the difficulty curve and introduction of challenges, aka the rolling drills, are done pretty well. Yeah, and I did need that last key. So we have the choice of fighting the boss with either Mega Man, Proto Man, or Base. Let's try fighting the boss as Classic Base, or rather Base with only access to the charge kick here. I can potentially insta-gip him if I do it correctly. Easier said than done though. There we go. I was lucky that worked out, especially considering how unpredictable Stone Man's jumping can be sometimes. Overall, this was a nice level. Nice challenge progression, and nice checkpoint placement, though I'd only recommend it to players who already understand how the rolling drills work, how you can jump on top of them, as well as Base's mobility, as well as how the charge kick works. Otherwise, it's an overall pretty good stage. Second on the lineup is Top Man Maze by QueenMonika, with 8 plays and a score -1. This is one of their first 4 Mega Man Maker levels that they ever created, so let's see how this one fares. I'll be a little bit more kind in comparison to other levels because this is one of the first ones, and honestly, most of our first Mega Man Maker levels, unless we ported them from other Mega Man Maker or Mega Man engines, they're usually bad, or lackluster in several regards. And this is gonna be a maze stage, I suppose, based off the title. And somewhat of Metroidvania because I need to gain access to the Ring Boomerang, Quick Boomerang, as well as the Dive Missile. Alright, there's a checkpoint out over here. I'll need to return back here once I get access to a Quick Boomerang. I will say that this is different from your traditional first stage upload to Mega Man Maker, so props to that. And there's nothing over here, so I guess I need to go to the right first. And of course, the Dive Missile was right over here. I should have gone to the right first. And this stage does have some forced weapon usage in the way of the special weapons as well as the magnet beam, but several screens have infinitely respawning telly, so farming back up the weapon energy isn't too difficult. Oh, hello there, unfortunately placed hot dog. Another instance of this happening. I always point out instances where the hot dogs are really easily dispatched of, because it happens so often. That should be everything I need. Now I just need to walk back to the boss gate. Good checkpoint placement, which I will utilize immediately. And time to face Top Man. I would have liked that the checkpoint was just before the boss gate, but this works already because it's only one extra screen away. Overall, for a first level made in Mega Man Maker, this was pretty good. Definitely above the average curve. In fact, this felt more like a weapon relay level, where we need to collect the next special weapon in the relay chain in order to get to the end. Third level on the lineup is Excavation Man by OfficialMemeGuy, with 22 plays and a score of 6. And based on the title, I suppose this will be a traditional level. And judging by the loading time, this will be at least 50 to 60 screens long. Once again, I echo the suggestion that on the opening crawl, it should list how big the stage is in terms of screen count. This may not be accurate for Metroidvania levels or levels with a lot of optional areas, but it'll be accurate for most of them. After all, most levels uploaded to the Mega Man Maker servers aren't Metroidvania levels or have a lot of optional areas. Most of them are rather straightforward. Oh, and I spy a collectible over there. I won't go for it though, it's too risky. I see you're introducing the usage of quick animators here. To be fair, this is a dig site after all. Also good checkpoint placement. Nice transition of the environments here. Though the Crystal Joes are a bit glitching out here. A bit of a dodging challenge there with the undestroyable Skeleton Joes. Oh boy, having to climb up this quick animator with spikes. Thankfully there's a checkpoint right at the bottom of this shaft, which I really appreciate. And I spy an M-Tank over there. I'll probably be able to get it somehow from the right side. Yep, that seems to be the case. And there we have it. And we have another stage focusing on usage of the rolling drills here. I do like the aesthetics of the stage more so than the previous two levels. Oh boy, now we have Crystal Joes riding on top of the rolling drills. But I gotta say, the rolling drills are first introduced in a safe environment and gradually escalated in terms of difficulty. and now they're being combined with the usage of the quicksand emitters, so nice recombination of gimmicks. And there's me being foolish and not being patient. Oh, I see. Is there a secret to the right, though? I want to double check. Yes, there is. But I won't go for it because of the spikes there. If I was a more skilled player, I would go for it, but I'm not. Well, actually, yeah, let's try going for it. This doesn't seem as difficult as the first spike challenge. And it takes us right over here, good. And we land right on top of this rolling drill. I suppose this is the last part of the stage, but I may be wrong. And of course I died over here because I misaimed my weapon. This stage is perfectly doable buster only, but having access to special weapons makes several of the challenges a lot easier. And that was actually the last section of the stage. Also, thank you for putting these life and weapon energy respawners here. Overall, a pretty good stage. Nice difficulty curve, and I do like we have some optional areas for more skilled players, like for getting the E&M tanks. Though the first challenge with the quicksand emitters near the beginning of the stage, that was the hardest one of the bunch. Two bosses. I didn't expect that. Well, this is gonna take another attempt. I need to find their weaknesses. Okay, it seems to actually be the Sword Snake. This was certainly a unique way to spice up the usual Stone Man encounter, especially because we have to keep dodging Crash Man's bombs down over here. So currently my favorite level out of the part. Good work, OfficialMemeGuy. Fourth level on the lineup is Timed Bomb Man by Jake's Manny playing 81, with 9 plays and a score -2. When I say timed, do we have to race past force beams or race away from force beams? But we only have access to the Mega Buster and sliding. Well, thank you for the checkpoint over here. A bit of a cheap shot over there with the Zubil. Well, I can see why it was called Timed Bomb Man with the use of the Yoku blocks and explosive enemies, but I wish the stage went by for a bit longer. I wouldn't give this stage a downvote, but I would like to see it explore its gimmicks a bit further. Like, I did like the challenge near the end of the stage with the usage of those 2 bomb thrones, as well as the Yoku blocks, because over there you need to be quick on your feet in order to destroy the bomb thrones without falling into the bottomless pit, or getting knocked into the bottomless pit. 5th level on the lineup is Oka Wood Mega Man 2 Remix vs Crazy Tree by Okada Man, with 10 plays and a score of 1. Nice makeshift teleport over here. And I guess we started with Woodman's weakness, the atomic fire. And we also have the choice of playing as Proto Man here. Let's go for it, especially if the boss is Woodman. That way we can reflect his leaf shield back at him. But Proto Man probably takes double damage though. It's a little bit hard to see the green enemies with the green tree backgrounds though. And I see that the level designer is assuming that players already know how the gyro platforms work. What with the somewhat precise slide jumps here. Also good checkpoint placement, especially after that difficult last section. I'm a little bit surprised that this stage actually has green force beams and the previous stage didn't. I should have known that would happen. Oh gosh, these jumps. I wasn't fast enough over there. I should have stood on the ladder. This stage is quickly getting a lot more difficult. Well, this is one of those sections where playing as Proto Man makes this a bit easier. Assuming I don't get insta-gibbed. For a second there, I thought this would be a challenge room, but no, it's a checkpoint. Another good checkpoint placement. And we do also have infinitely respawning weapon energy capsules, so we can spam usage of the atomic fire if we want. And I highly suggest it for like the previous area. Though I wish I had a weapon that could fire downwards, or lock onto enemies like the dive missile. So here I need to be careful with my shots so I don't activate the green force beams, or release them I mean. Panicked a bit over there and didn't hold right. At least I have a spare E-tank for the boss fight. I think I'll need it, seeing how this stage is going. I always end up firing one extra shot for those octopus batteries. Remember, the octopus batteries take 5 hits to destroy with the Protobuster and Megabuster. I knew that was gonna happen. This is one of those locations where I wish I had a shield weapon. I know it's doable, but it's gonna result in a lot of deaths. Oh, thank you for the checkpoint. In that previous segment alone, I died 3 dozen times off screen. Half of them were due to Mega Man Maker's button input registration issues, meaning that I usually pressed one extra button more than usual, meaning that I need to reset that segment with all those octopus batteries. Unfortunately, because of Mega Man Maker and the stage is high difficulty, especially with that one screen, it's destroyed my fun of this level. If that one screen with the batons wasn't there, I'd like it more, but as it stands right now, I don't like this stage. I liked it upcoming to that, but now I don't like it. And that was my bad. That wasn't the engine or level designer's fault. At the very least, every one of these checkpoints has an E-tank. Oh, and in this stage we actually gain access to the leaf shield somewhere. I would have much preferred it if I gained access to it in that one screen with the batons. I'm hoping we're nearing the end of this stage, as it's getting more and more difficult. But at least I have access to the leaf shield, which I wish I had much earlier throughout the stage. Alright, I think I made it to the boss corridor with 2 free tanks as well as a free life energy respawner. However, we will not regain any special weapon energy, so I gotta be a bit careful. Gosh, that last section was quite difficult, although I think I was making it a bit more difficult on myself than what it actually was. Still, that one segment with the 4 batons, that was easily the hardest part of the stage. But at the very least, I'm at the end. Well, there's actually a full weapon energy respawner here, so that's good. And I can see why I need to climb upwards. Let's try it again, shall we? I actually pressed the fire button, but of course, it was absorbed by Mega Man Maker. Oh, whoops. I see what I need to do over there. Alright, let's try this again. Now I know exactly what I need to do. Now, if only these atomic robots weren't on the bottom part of the screen, and Mega Man Maker accepted my jump inputs correctly. And I have multiple spare E-tanks, so I will use them here. And even if you run out of E-tanks, you can farm life energy by using the tellies. And that's it. That's the end of Mega Man 2 Woodman Remix. A rather frustrating and difficult level. Although most of the frustration happened due to engine issues, and some specifically designed screens. And the screen with the baton, by that point you really should have had access to the leaf shield, as that was easily the hardest part of the stage and broke the difficulty curve. Other than that, the difficulty curve was relatively okay, and checkpoint placement was okay as well, following every difficult section. So 6th and final level of the part is Collapse version 2 by MAGMAX, with 23 plays and a score of 7. So let's see how this compares with the first version. So just like with the first version, the play area is gradually getting smaller and smaller. We do have a lot of metal blades though. In fact, we have 2 reserves of Metal Blade. This feels like somewhat like a puzzle level because I need to conserve enough Metal Blade energy in order to reach the end. And I guess we finished the first section, now we have a different environment. Thank you for the checkpoint here. So basically a cinematic section that plays itself. As these enemies will never hit me. And now we fight time, man. In comparison with the first version of Collapse, this felt more like a puzzle level. A lot less enemies than before. The only enemies we faced were in the cinematic section, so they didn't pose a problem whatsoever. And I probably should have used charge shots more. And that's it, a rather simple stage to cap off this part, especially in comparison with the rather difficult and jump cut laden last level. Short but sweet, I'd say. The main challenge of this stage is that you need to make the pathways through the junk blocks using the Metal Blade and the Mega Buster without running out of Metal Blade energy. That's why you have 2 spares, or rather duplicates of the same weapon, because if you run out, you're forced to start from the beginning of the stage. And I don't mind a challenge, it's just several screens worth of them, and there are no enemies to worry about. So overall, out of the 6 levels I played throughout this part, I'd say that my favorite stage would be Excavation Man by OfficialMemeGuy. Well then, in the next part, I'll be covering several more of your submitted levels. Thanks for watching and have a nice day. Toodles!